the turn of the tide, I can see an innate desire. Sword in hand, warriors side by side, I can feel it, it burns like fire. Worlds collide, an unstable landscape, side by side, but that's what this mandates. Be it might, and unlikely allegiance, we will fight because that's the best defense. No turning back, for such is our path. This day we find a glorious death. Glorious death. Our goal, our mission is clear, as we ride against a dark empire. By my soul, may the last thing they hear be the roar of this raging fire. Listen, be the savagery mindset. Not today, we'll let loose and find it. Brutal will define our reaction. Rip out the throat of this one in their faction. No turning back, for such is our path.
First of all, let me give a big shout out to the editorial team. That is a badass video. I just watched it before the stream has started. I really love that teaser trailer. That is a big shout out to D, I believe, who was the one to help edit. Jordan, Philip, everybody that's part of our editorial team. You guys are awesome. What's up, everybody? We are on episode number 86. Wow, getting up there in episodes for Rip and the Silverback. I appreciate all of y'all joining me, and of course my co-host Az today. As we kick things off, man, how you doing?
Doing good. Doing better than Whoopi Goldberg's PR team.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of that subject a little bit today. But yes, thanks to all of you that are joining us. We appreciate you. Like the video, all the phrases and terms and all the shit. Also, today, if you don't know, well, actually this week, excuse me, is the final week to pre-order Norfka, Glorious Death.
Done it.
So we'd greatly appreciate it if you went and did exactly that. We hit that milestone not too long ago of 6,000 plus books sold, and we sold almost 200 since then. So thank you. Over $250,000 in total sales. Remember, the concept art and a signed version of the concept art has officially been added to the collection. Excuse me. Being the last item that we were going to put in there. This ends at 11 p.m. Central on Friday, so go get your orders in. And now, remember, tomorrow, Dan Vask and I, who are the singers on Norfka Glorious Death, the single, will be streaming tomorrow at 1 p.m., and we will be talking everything Norfka and reacting to the reactions. That's going to be at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So come holla at us there. Go pre-order Norfka. Go pre-order all of the things. And the trailer that you just watched is for the definitive Yaira, which will be going up for a pre-order shorter window, just like the definitive ISOM did. That will be going up tomorrow at shit. I don't even know. So I'm not even going to NDA myself. I have no idea. It will be up at some point tomorrow, though. That much I can confirm. That will collect the first 3 issues of Yaira, and we also have some new items that are also part of that collection. So be sure to go grab that while you can. I want to open up the show with this. I know we'll talk all night. We'll talk some video game stuff, but we're only going to be an hour and a half. I want to kind of continue the conversation on well, we talked a lot about what's going on in the world right now, particularly in America, actually the UK. I think this is a great opportunity for us to discuss this because a lot of the same issues are plaguing both of our countries, right?
And retardation.
Retardation is worldwide for sure. It's a lot of that around, but I think the retardation is more so allowed to manifest itself in the West. And if you want to combat said retardation, you are made out to be the criminal, and that right there is the problem. Or you're made out to be, let's say, demonized, at least in some way, shape, or form. But obviously, we've seen now multiple angles picking up some of the crazy audio that's happened out of that this recent situation with a young lady being stabbed from Ukraine as a refugee, being stabbed by some fucking pussy. And everybody's gonna have their takes. I actually just did a video on my channel. If you want, well, I say my channel like we're on yours today. On this channel, you can go check that out. Actually, discussing a little more of that stuff in detail, racial elements, demographics, all of that stuff. Acknowledging the elephant in the room there. But what I for sure wanted to open up with is, again, you know, we were talking about, you just brought up Whoopi Goldberg. If you hadn't seen, I wish I had the video pulled up, her recent statements, because she's a crack smoker, going on about similar things happen every single time.
She's not a crack smoker. She's just vermin is what she is. She's vermin. She's a fucking evil, hideous, just rotten to the core, inside and out. And how these people have a fucking voice, prominent voice on TV, purely because of she put a fucking habit on and was nuns on the run or whatever it was, fucking was, Sister Act or whatever. You know, just because they do some fucking couple of films, you know, you fucking retarded bitch. And the fucking US is full of TV that's run by fucking these insane, hideous fucking people with no soul whatsoever. No fucking soul. Husks evil husks of people. A woman lost her life in a horrible, horrible way. And the internet, so many people on the internet have just run to politicize everything to do with it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And you're politicizing it by saying this is not a political issue. You just made it one by saying that. Because if a white man that did it to a black woman, the whole fucking thing would be completely different, and everybody knows that. Everybody,
it's not a secret. It's not a secret. No, it will be the backlash would be miles different than what it is. And look, this is the reality that people are running to try to pretend. Like I even had some of the comments because I've acknowledged some of the things, and I've had some people like bringing up that fact, and people try to dance around and talk around where we're at culturally and how unfortunate. I'm not saying that this behavior is encouraged. I don't want to say that. I want to say that good people, particularly good men, have been left to have to process. This is the point that I made in my previous video. You're having to process a lot of information immediately. Even in a country like America, I know we have like between the gun rights and all that stuff, we're in a little bit of a different situation in the UK. But still, what a lot of people don't understand, in a lot of these states, there's so many rules, so many laws that will end up, you will unfortunately be on the wrong side of things if you act in a way that the state has deemed you should not act, whether it be in protection
Stop making
of yourself.
It about them then. Stop making it about you.
Yeah.
Because that's essentially what you're doing. You're just trying to make it about you, your politics, your ideology, whatever it is you want to fucking wrap it up in. Fuck off, you narcissistical cunt. It's not about fucking you stupid fucking bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Somebody lost their life, and all you can try and do is make it about you, your politics, your ideology. Shut your fucking mouth. Get some fucking respect. Get a fucking heart. Get a soul. Get something. Get religion, but get something. Because you're fucking hollow. You're a hollow fucking husk. How can we make this about me? How can we make this about my ideology? How can I make this about the color of the fucking political party that I vote for? How can I do this? How can I get fucking clicks on Instagram? How can I get fucking traction on TikTok? How can I do it? How can I make this about me? How about just go fuck off, the lot of you? Hideous fucking people.
Well, yeah, they're not
How about
good.
having a fucking thought for the family, right? How about having a bit of a thought about her? Yeah. Terrifying last fucking minutes of her life, moments of her fucking life. Nah, how can we make it about me? How can I make it about my politics, my ideology? How can I use this to fucking pwn the whatever you want to pwn? To all of them, just go fucking shove up your asses, a whole lot of you. Bend over, your head, all of it, just shove it up your ass. Fucking husks of human beings. Husks. You want to talk about culture, the state of our culture, mate? This is the state of our fucking culture, because politics is downstream of culture, and that's where we are. They're trying to make politics the culture. Fuck off.
Oh, wow. Hold on. We got some breaking news. Charlie Kirk was just shot in the fucking neck.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he was shot at Utah. He's at a Utah State TBUS event. And it looks like he got shot in the neck.
Charlie Kirk apparently shot a debate at Utah University. Oh my God.
Wow.
This is what happened. This is what happens when you do not act on bad behavior, regardless of where it's coming from. This is what happens. You've let this go for so fucking long now. You demonized people who voted a certain way. You never questioned why they voted for it. You never questioned, debated, talked to them about it. You just demonized them. And the rhetoric that people have used against, I mean, fucking dickhead Mark fucking Hamill's, coming again today or yesterday, whenever, talking about, I'm fucking ashamed that people voted this way. Guess what? Have you ever wondered why they might? Have you ever fucking taken some fucking stock of yourself? But when you make this, when you demonize a group of people, and they have been demonized, anybody who voted red has been demonized, regardless of whether or not they voted for it for tax reasons, for education reasons, for local government reasons, whichever reason they did.
Bro,
and you embolden the other
crazy,
side,
man.
you embolden the extremist side. This is unfortunately what you get. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, man.
It wouldn't be
Because
acceptable if it was on the other side either. It would not be acceptable either. Just to quickly reiterate that, but I hope he's okay. I really do hope he's okay.
Man, that's not good, bro.
But when you don't deal with consequence, Eric, this is what you get. When you weapon. Oh, I was talking. When was it? I don't know if it's Sunday or yesterday, but I was talking about. Remember that Russian guy that said far leftists are only good for one thing, and that's destabilizing a country. Once they destabilize the country, that's it. The surplus to requirement after that. Then they become a liability. So they go to the gulag and they go into the fucking mass graves just like everybody else does. But this is what happens when you fucking turn these lunatics. You put these lunatics out there, fucking words of violence, all this fucking language that we get, you know? This is a threat to our democracy. That, you know, all this kind of shit which has been going around the news, and it's infected the fucking mentally ill being promoted and praised and worshipped instead of actually being tackled and dealt with. People not understanding the value of debate and communication and trying to understand the other person's positions. And I also think the narcissistical ability to believe that you're always right. Because that's when people are dealing with an absolute of we are right, they're not flexible. They're not communicate. You can't communicate. How many times have we said you can't talk to these people because they don't want communication, they want capitulation. And what happens when that person gets more and more extreme? We saw a shot at the potential president at the time, Trump. Few months ago. It's absolutely fucking unacceptable.
These people look like this, and the fact that this, wow, man, this is happening live, bro.
The worst. God,
dude.
Fingers crossed to Charlie Kirk. Really, fingers crossed. I hope you're okay.
Yeah.
I hope you really a speed recovery. Must be the most hideous thing imaginable. Really, fingers crossed. The thing that's going to just destroy everybody's soul is when they go onto social media platforms and the amount of people that will celebrate this.
Oh yeah, man.
And there will be.
There will be, man.
That's when you just lost as a civilization. Death by political correctness.
Bro, this is nuts. I'm trying to stay on top of this chat. But yes, if you have not heard, at an event, I believe it was in Utah, Charlie Kirk, who I've chatted with many times in the past. I'm actually trying to contact my Blaze family, anyway, prayers up to him, because that is unacceptable behavior for sure. I mean, we all know that. That's the but right now I'm trying to process not only that it just happened, but the ramifications from this. Hopefully he's all right, and I think this country for sure needs to pray for him. But also, if he's not, that's not going to be good. Look, okay, I think I got my thoughts collected here, and it's kind of even tied into some of the other stuff, and Ash touched on it, but I'll give you my thoughts here. People have been, again, in this country. I hate politics. Y'all wonder why I hate politics. I know people
despise it.
They throw the Lowbert shit out there, not really understanding where I'm coming from or why I say what I say and why I have the positions that I have. I hate fucking politics. I hate it in a sense that, and that's why I have the political philosophy that I have, because I would love to rid the world of it, even if it never happens in my lifetime. That said, to what you said, as in that you unfortunately had a particular side, and I think you guys dealt with it. You've dealt with this as well out in the UK, where a specific side, not even a specific, it's really more non-leftist. I'll say that much, because where you fall outside of it was really anybody to the right of Stalin, right? As far as they're concerned, have been dehumanized, and people that do bad things to them have their actions constantly justified. If you don't think that doesn't embolden people to do stupid shit, you're foolish. And this is why people have to. You have to. And I'm not just talking about everybody else. This includes me, obviously. As far as the type of language that you use when you're describing these types of folks, right? Constantly, when you have a demographic of people like this, again, just non-leftists, who you're telling are the next coming of the funny mustache man, right? And you're telling these folks from a very young age. Remember, we're 10 years removed from fucking 2016 almost, right? So a lot of these young people are now adults, right? Even in that period of time, you pumped in their minds. And not just obviously young adults, but for older folks as well, that these people are supporting mass deletion and other crazy shit. Well, people then feel like they got to take what they deemed as the trash out. Okay. And that unfortunately lends itself to some pretty despicable shit. And people do things and they feel that they're justified in doing said thing because, well, they're trying to save democracy, all these other stupid fucking buzz terms.
How do you save democracy through deleting people who want to talk?
No, it's oxymoronic. Obviously, the whole concept is oxymoronic. I don't think people think these things through. But that goes to the point that, look, they are very, very emotional people and they're irrational. And this is why I've said, I never said it as a black pill. I said it because I've been dealing with these people in multiple industries, especially in entertainment. So I know them, bros. You cannot reason with these guys. They have come to their position by way of emotion. It is impossible. You cannot reason a person you can't reason a person out of a position that they came to by way of emotion. That's my quote. I've said all the time. It's a fact. It's a reality, right? It's impossible. You can go there with all the facts and logic, the information, the data, and present it to them as pretty and neat and digestible, communicated in their language. But unfortunately, that's not the way that they're going to process that information. They can't, because they didn't get there by way of that. If there was someone that came to a wrong position, but they at least use some sort of logic, some sort of reason to get there, that person can then potentially be convinced otherwise. But most of these types that we're dealing with didn't get there by way of that. So it's going to be nearly impossible for you to logic your way to a more prosperous nation. It's almost impossible, if not impossible, to do that. These are fucked up people. And I hate to break it down to you. These are fucked up people. And this is why they feel that carrying out this sort of stuff is just. And again, on the other hand, and I say this going to the topic that we were discussing earlier, right? Or that we were opening the show with, this fucked up thing. Look, I was looking at takes on this subject. Everybody's got their opinions. For sure. Some better than others. Absolutely. But one thing that I think a lot of folks are talking about, and this even goes with people who maybe agree with me a little more on the political end, they've started to point aim at the folks that were kind of standing by or sitting by as this lunatic went and did this crazy shit. And I want people to understand and to rationalize with me for a second, you reasonable people out there. This country, for the last several decades, has done everything in its power to demonize self-defense, to make sure that they consider you in error if you act reasonably. Make sure that you're considered the bad person if you try to protect your business, you try to protect yourself, you try to protect your family, you try to protect other people. And laws have piled up. You saw this recently. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a concept called a duty to retreat. Okay, it's one of the most evil. All gun laws, as far as I'm concerned, are criminal. But it's one of the most evil types of laws in the book. If you don't know what a duty to retreat law is, many states have this. And it basically suggests, basically, what it says is that you essentially are not justified to defend yourself and your property unless you effectively are running away. So if someone busts in your house, I'm just using this as an analogy, and you see that they're about to steal shit, you don't know what other things they're going to do, before you can, even if you carry or you have guns around and you can neutralize the threat, even if you can do that, basically you have to they have to see you. You have to crawl out of be crawling out of the damn window and them chasing you before you are justified, as they are concerned, in defending yourself. These are the type of laws that are in the books top to bottom. So while I do not appreciate, I don't enjoy the fact that we live in this country, especially with people that are raising children, daughters especially, where we're living in this world where unfortunately your kid can be out, you know what I mean? Your youngster can be out, your wife can be out, and some fucked up people can do some fucked up shit around them or directly to them. And good men, generally speaking, that potentially could, I'm not saying that it's going to protect everybody from everything. I'm not suggesting that. I'm not stupid. But what I am saying is that at least to minimize the damage, you need good people doing good things. Well, that good person has to think, well, what the fuck? I got to, number one, go back to my family. If me defending these people, is that going to send me off to prison? Am I going to be the one in the wrong? And anybody that's been in any conflict, you know, split seconds can cost people's lives. But this is what people have to think of constantly. And I think this is by design. I hate to get too political in it, but this is the reality. I do think that is by design. I think the government wants you dependent upon them.
Living in fear.
Constantly living in fear. And they want you to basically say that, well, the only people that can deal with this problem is going to be them, the government, whether it be through their politicians, whether it be through their law enforcement, whether it be through the court systems. They're the ones that have to deal with it and can deal with it, even though they failed you in basically everything else. That's what they want. I believe that is specifically by design. I believe that. And the longer that goes about, where good men are not encouraged to do good things, you no longer have a peaceful nation. It is ran by lunatics, crazy motherfuckers that want the absolute worst for you, and chaos actually benefits them more than peace.
Of course.
High crime rates.
That's why there's no up in arms about what happened to this Ukrainian woman.
Right.
Because they know there's a certain sect of people that aren't going to go around burning down the fucking buildings and fucking rioting and smashing everything up and essentially behaving like fucking animals.
Right.
They know that's not going to happen. And so they go, it's okay. It's as if they know who the fucking civilized people are. The way the people who actually just want to live and fucking get on with life. And fucking, you know, because there's a lot of hardworking fucking people, blue collar fucking people, even white collar people, a lot of hardworking fucking people. But they know that these aren't the people that are going to do what these tantrum fucking babies are going to do, any fucking excuse to do, which is destroy, smash.
Yeah.
And they literally think we can get away with murder. We can get away with murder.
They believe that.
The literal belief of it.
They believe that. They believe at minimum that they're justified. And at worst, even if you wanted to say that they don't believe that directly, they surely won't hesitate any event. Well, let's say this. They are quick to try to reason with it in the sense that they'll blame other factors, right? It's not, well, this person was a piece of shit and was evil, demon of a goddamn thing, and they should have been forcefully separated from society. That's not the position. The position is, well, what about the socioeconomic factors? What about how their upbringing? What about all of these things? Essentially to say that the world, or rather the people that are around them, are the reason why they are the way that they are. So it's everybody else's fault, not that individual piece of shit, not everybody that encouraged that individual piece of shit, not anybody like that. No, they're absolved. It's everybody else's fault. So even if they aren't the ones directly like thinking that they can get away with it, they certainly in a lot of cases will justify it if they can. And it's a real fucked up situation because it's a tough, I've discussed this many a times in the past. It's a tough type of person or ideology to combat, right? Because you're dealing like, we might operate within reason and we want the cooler heads to prevail and we want to be rational, but we're not dealing with those types of people that want the same thing.
How many times have we said in recent years we've known each other? Well, you've known me longer than I've known you.
Yeah.
But we've known each other as an entity for going on 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have we said in that 5 years, or how many times have we been either on podcasts together or podcast differently from each other, or you being on the Blaze or whatever? How many times have we said in that 5 year period, when you dehumanize a group of people,
yes,
you can do anything to them?
Yep, we said it many times.
That is the outcome. When you demonize and demonize and demonize, and you make them non-human, then you do anything you want.
Yep.
And it's history repeating itself over and over and over again. A group of people get demonized to the degree that they're not seen as people anymore. And what happens? Mass genocide.
Yeah.
War. Constantly. And it's no fucking different. It's no different now. The rhetoric, the language that has been used for years upon years upon years has been demonized by the people who run the media, run education, have run the government for a long fucking time. It's been demonized and demonized to the point where they are trying to make people who vote a specific direction or have a specific opinion. And by the way, if we're going to get fucking real here, Eric, I mean, really fucking real. I mean, dangerous to fucking society real here. We're dealing with people that actually live in reality.
Right.
That say, do you know what? We don't want men in fucking women's sports. Do you know what? We don't want men walking into fucking women's safe spaces like bathrooms and toilets and showers and places like that when there are children, vulnerable children and vulnerable women.
Right.
Crazy. Just because you stick a dress on doesn't mean that you are a fucking different biological sex. These are just commonsensical fucking things. But we're being told, don't believe your lying eyes. Listen to us. Don't believe your lying eyes. And that when you interject, you bring in that insanity to your fucking society. When the UK government, the UK government says the rights of the immigrants who aren't even part of the fucking country trump the rights of the actual people, citizens of that country, you're fucking lost. You are dealing with insanity and fucking la la land. The guy came to a fucking debate where he invited people to come up and they could say their bit and they could engage him in conversation. And I've seen Charlie Kirk's debates. And yeah, there are a lot of fucking retards that have no fucking clue what they're talking about. Do you know why? Because they never fucking do. Because they hear something, they think, oh yeah, that sounds great. That's my position. They don't know where it's come from. They don't know the nuance of it. They don't know how to fucking debate it, the ins and outs of it. And so he takes them apart. And I've seen him have good conversations with people. But the guy came up to a fucking university, the young minds of tomorrow, and he came with words. He shot him. And by the way, allegedly the guy who shot him has been arrested. It's a fucking guy who looks like he's in his 60s, white guy in his fucking 60s, fucking probably some fucking libtard, fucking feminist, fucking insane. Oh my God. It's fucking vile. When you start to say words of violence, then you appeal to these fucking lunatics that will retaliate violence with violence. Yeah. Words aren't violence. Guess what? You can disagree with somebody. It's not fucking illegal to disagree with somebody. We have disagreements about all kinds of dumb shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean, all right, Eric didn't agree with me on what this fucking latest Marvel movie is like. So
Right.
Who gives a fuck? Oh, you got butt hurt because somebody agrees with something or somebody believes something and you don't. Get a fucking backbone. Get a fucking life. Get a spine. You're fucking weak jelly.
Yeah, man. I don't like watching videos like that. Just like I didn't watch like the stabbing thing. But
I couldn't even watch that one.
Yeah, I can't. I try to. I've been muting people for that shit. But yeah, this Charlie Kirk video looks fucking bad, bro.
He's there sat for all of you, to engage with. And I know that a lot of people who were there probably didn't like him, but they wanted to engage him with words.
Right.
They wanted at least to challenge his words and have him retort to them.
Yeah.
But when you get a gun out, you fucking coward.
Yeah, man.
Just wait for when the people who praise him, just look at them. Just look at them. Because that's going to say everything about them. Nothing about the people who agree necessarily with Charlie or the people who disagree with Charlie. Because there's great people on all sides. There's wonderful people who vote just the way that they want to vote. And the vast majority of those people are most likely very good people. Don't matter if they're blue, fucking red, don't fucking yellow, don't fucking matter. Good people. But when you start to fucking push the extremists and pander to the extremists and you embolden them and you financially support them and you platform them, and by platforming them, I don't mean deplatform them. I mean, you purposely push that platform underneath them.
Yeah, man, this is bad. Like I said, I'm not going to say anything prematurely. Prayers up, but he's a father of two. He's a husband. Yeah, this is bad.
I wouldn't wish this kind of shit my worst enemy.
Yeah, same here.
It's insane. I wouldn't, if somebody from the fucking blue side came out and it happened to them, it would be absolutely condemnable.
It's one of the top leftist fucking commentators.
It would be absolutely unfucking acceptable.
It would be
unfucking acceptable.
Yeah, man, this is bad, man. And like I said, I hate to see it. But yeah, it's the world that we're living in, man, right now. And like I said, I hope that people see this and understand how real this is for folks. Especially someone that is prominent like he is, and again, had zero problems and engaging with people in public, and just having his debates, being able to try to reason with some of these young people. That's what he was known for. He had what is known for. He had no issues doing that. And, you have people that are unfortunately crazy out there that don't have those similar type of intentions. And again, it's what we've been saying the entire time here, in that you are dealing with a bunch of people that are unreasonable, and you have not helped people by constantly trying to conflate them with evil, murderous pieces of shit constantly, right? And insisting that they are the next coming of bad man with funny mustache, right? And this is the key. And this is why I always say, like, look, when you have folks that are calling you those terms, they call me that fucking term. And they're calling you that term.
I've heard you've been called a Nazi before.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
You're the black face of fucking white supremacy. And all shit like this. It's fucking insane.
They would apply to anybody. But you need to understand what the attempt there to do is. These people,
it's to discredit, it's to dehumanize, it's to demonize. It's all of these things.
Yeah.
It's essentially, how dare you have an opinion different to me? How dare you? And again, it goes back to when you think you're in the absolute right, you're broken. You're fucking lost. You're absolutely fucking lost. And particularly when you're being told, you know, we're the good guy. How many times have we heard some fuckwit like Pedro Dickhead Pascal and fucking retards like that say, I want to be on the right side of history? Is this the right side of history to
Pedro
you?
legit
You dumb
actually
fuck.
conflated the half of the voting population to
Nazi. He called them fucking Nazis.
That's what he did.
And this is what happens when you do that. When you, particularly when you have a platform and you have a voice.
Yeah.
When you're speaking out to vulnerable people and you're dealing with that. What happened to Pedro Pascal? Did he get fired from fucking Hollywood for saying that?
Nothing happened.
No,
he got more gigs.
Got more gigs. He's in everywhere you fucking go. But when you hear somebody go, I want to be on the right side of history, then you already know you're dealing with some absolutely fucking retarded dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Because they don't know shit about fucking shit. And if the wind was blowing in the other direction, make absolutely no bones about it, these fucking flip-floppers would just go right to the other fucking side. Which is the side which is currently being pushed on either the social media platforms or the media platforms in general. Which is the right stance for me to fucking have? Just the perception of right, of course. It's not true. I mean, God knows if Elon Musk didn't take over, and I think there's plenty to criticize Elon Musk about, plenty to criticize him about. But just imagine if he hadn't bought fucking Twitter. Imagine the state of fucking media if he hadn't have done that.
Yeah, man. Like I said, this is bad, and I don't know what the ramifications are or the fallout that's going to be from that. I don't know, but sure, you're going to have people celebrating in the event that unfortunately he's no longer with us, if that is the case, and I'm praying that he's not. But I that's going to be a tipping point for a lot of people on either side of the political aisle, if you believe there is that. And
particularly when you've got a guy who comes at you with words. He doesn't come at you with violence. He doesn't come about you with threats or anything like that. He turns up. He turns up at the places, the universities, because he's turning up to the people who are going to shape America tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is the next generation of people who are going to shape America tomorrow. And therefore, if he wants to engage those minds and they want to engage him, good on him. At least it's discourse.
Right. That's preferable. That's for sure.
Yes. But when you want to shut down discourse, when you want to shut down conversation, when you want to literally annihilate it, then that only leads down one route. Because there's no going back once you go down that route. Jeez, man.
Fuck, bro. Yeah, there's gonna if something happens, man, that man like again, and he's like something like he's no longer with us or something like that.
I really, really hope not.
I hope not too, but there's it's gonna be a fallout for sure. Too prominent of a voice. Again, to your point, a guy that is, you know, him, TPUSA, or what he's more so known for, it's like, yeah, like to your point, engaging people with words. Like with words, like this isn't some like guy calling for some sort of political violence or something like that. Like a guy that is engaged with people with words. And that's what they do to him. And yeah, there are, and this sounds really harsh here, but this is the truth of the matter. There are a significant amount of people who have been brainwashed into believing, or rather brainwashed and they want you dead.
Of course they do.
If it were up to them, and unfortunately they will take it in their own hands, depending on what type of deranged people that you're dealing with, they want you dead. They prefer it, and even if it's like, oh, they won't act on it, they sure enough want someone else to do it, and they will celebrate any event that they do it. They want you dead. and they would do whatever, say whatever to justify them. This is why the whole Nazi and all that other stupid shit that they label me as, and everybody else that dares to have an opinion to the right of fucking Stalin, right? The whole point of that is so that if something happens to you, whether it be in their own hands or by someone else, they feel justified in that they did it. Because why? They were doing something to someone that is affiliated with the funny mustache brigade. And that's fucked up, number one. And I think it's very important that America, the people in America and people in the West, other countries, that you know what type of motherfuckers that you're dealing with, man. Like, I don't think, and even with the situation with the Ukrainian refugee, I don't think it's paranoia.
Which, by the way, sorry to cut you off, Eric.
Yeah.
Which we have to stress, which the mainstream media would not report on.
Yeah, initially they would not. They had to have their hand forced.
It had to get forced.
Yeah.
They didn't want to report on it. They wanted to wash it under the sweep it under the fucking rug. Literally, the fact that people spoke out and refused to let this go forced them to report on it.
Yeah, and that's vital. That tells you what type of folks that you're dealing with.
Exactly.
But yeah, like
journalistic integrity,
my ass
done.
My ass.
It's been done for donkey's years.
But with these types, man, and what they believe and what they uphold or claim, it's head on a swivel. And like I said, that does head on a swivel doesn't mean that you're going to prevent everything happening to every person. That's not realistic. But you have to prepare yourself the best possible way. And I remember when I was talking about the whole COVID stuff, and you had people, for whatever reason, it's not talked about enough. Not even COVID, excuse me, the summer of love, and the amount of people that were killed, various, protests and all this sort of shit. And I was telling people, like, anybody acting criminally, I remember, God, I didn't get too much trouble in, but people took exception to it, particularly leftists, when I said, like, you be foolish to not treat any sort of like invasion upon your private property like it couldn't be a deadly one.
When you're dealing with these type of people, yes.
Yeah, you have to.
There were business owners who were killed. Black business owners, by the way. So this wasn't about race. Never was about race.
Yeah.
This was an excuse. An excuse to fucking loot and raid and destroy and.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it was, you be foolish. You're only crippling yourself. It's not paranoia. I know people try to gaslight you and to, treat that like it potentially can happen. It's preparation, as far as I'm concerned. Brother David Dorn, exactly. Right? Like, you treat any of those sorts of conflicts as if they can become a deadly one. Going into it, thinking more like an idealist is only hurting you. When you go into it like, well, everybody, the person that's next to me and all these other people, they think like I think, and we're going to be like, most of your encounters may be like that, but you at least have to have in the back of your mind and be prepared to deal with it as such. Shit might go south because there are some deranged people out there that feel justified in their bad behavior, and they will do things to ruin you and your family's life. They have often nothing to fucking lose, right? And those are the most dangerous types of people that you're dealing with, like the person that has absolute nothing to lose, because folks like ourselves that may have a lot to lose, well, we may act a little more rationally. The most dangerous people out there are the folks that don't got much to lose. They ain't worth shit, ain't done shit. And so now they got to go ruin other people's day or life, rather. And it's a very difficult ideology to combat. But yeah, I know for a very long time. Didn't Jasmine Crockett just get on CNN not too long ago, saying something along the lines that white supremacy was the biggest threat or something like that? And it's like,
I don't know who it was, but recently it was only a month or two ago. That somebody in the States had come out and said, I think it was a politician.
I think it was Crockett.
And said that the biggest threat in America at the today is far right terrorism, or whatever they far right.
It's completely detached from reality.
That's gaslighting. It's gaslighting fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you run when the media and the government are in collusion with each other, which they fucking clearly are, because they clearly favor a specific side, then of course you're just that's the amplification of the voice. And when you skew to one side and you have the position of power to amplify that, that's why more people hear it. Doesn't make it true.
Right.
That's why you need to have these fucking conversations. That's why if I in actual fact, this is true, because prior to 2016, I was Orange Man bad. I was like, this guy's a fucking he's fucking lunatic. He's this, that, and the other. Because all you were fed in the media was look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. And I was like, this guy's he's never gonna get in. He's this fucking orange guy. He's never gonna get in. He gets into power. And instead of, and I was just like, how can this happen? How could the guy get in? You know, this is blah, 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 Orange Man bad, blah, 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 blah. And it was only then that people who follow my channel were just like, well, I voted for him because of this and this. And that actually made me start to look into why people might actually have a different opinion. I was just one of these fucking brainwashed lunatics, just like so many people. And then when you actually have conversations with good people, I did it because of this and this, and this is why, because and you actually open your mind a little bit. I have no dog in this fight, but it's absolutely fucking unacceptable, this type of behavior. And it's been pushed and promoted, and they've done it. They've done it with the fucking Summer of Love, and they have done it with COVID, and they've done it with every one of your fucking elections, and they're doing it with immigration. They are wanting you to fight each other, because when you're fighting each other, you're not fucking looking at what they're doing for a start. But it's been trying to get you to fight, get divide. Keep them divided, keep them angry, keep them living in fear, keep them fighting. Keep them divided. It's filtered because it's the same people. It's filtered obviously into our entertainment, because we see it in our entertainment. We have stupid, fucking retarded companies that are just meant to put out silly films or silly comics or whatever. And they're going, oh, if you didn't like The Last Jedi, then you're the fucking racist. If you didn't like The Acolyte, then you're the fucking racist. If you didn't like Obi-Wan Kenobi, then you're a fucking racist. And they're saying that's their fucking customers.
Yeah.
Divide. The same fucking retarded people with the same fucking retarded politics and the same fucking retarded ideology. Just bang, 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 bang. And all you do when you start to promote these fucking insane things, like we've gone through, you know, men, women, bollocks, all this gender ideology, when you start to fucking medicate all these weirdos, when you start to fucking promote and say it's fine for children to be mutilated in the name of gender ideology, but you can't drink, they can't smoke, they can't have a tattoo, they can't drive, they can't do that. Because if you need to do that, you got to be of an age to actually, you know,
right.
It doesn't make sense.
None of it. It's illogical.
It doesn't make, it's absolutely illogical stuff. And when you call out the illogic, just the illogic of it all.
Yeah.
What'd you get called? Well, you're a Nazi, you're a white supremacist, you're a bigot, you're a homophobe, you're a transphobe, you're blah, blah. Anything to try and shut you up.
Yeah. And fuck, dude, like, come on, man. Like this, man, like you said, there's gonna be a fallout from this that it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, it just doesn't look good.
MSNBC said that the shot could have possibly been a celebratory gunshot.
I did see that.
Yeah,
I just saw that from MSNBC.
A celebratory. You
And I am
can't fucking
seeing,
hate the media enough.
and I am seeing again. We were just talking about this. I'm looking at this account right now. This is a real person, who essentially said that they said that he was the, and I quote, genocidal maniac, Charlie Kirk. So again, justifying doing what they want to do to him. These people are evil, bro. These people are fucked up people, and they want you dead. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. There's a significant amount of people, because you again are on the right of styling, want you fucking dead. You get in the way. Your existence seems to, at least to them, as far as they're concerned, definitely because they're trying to, destabilize families and such. The
Who do they
country.
think's next, Eric? Who do they think is next? When they've got rid of all of us dissenting voices, right?
Yeah.
When they've got rid of
Yeah.
all the dissenting voices, do they think they're living in paradise after that?
Yeah.
No, you're next. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing your job. Thank you very much indeed. Now you're surplus to requirement.
Yeah. They want
Was
you
I a
dead.
good puppet? You were a wonderful puppet. Thank you. Now get into the mass grave.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, people are celebrating. You are seeing people celebrating right now. I'm looking at it, and it. Ah, man, I hope he's. I prayers up, man. I'm not gonna even speculate. It's
I mean,
prayers
it
up.
looks it looks bad.
It looks bad, man. It looks really really bad. Like I said, had the me and my interaction with Charlie over the years have been all positive. Remember they gave me that this was back in like doing Bernie's run in 20. That was when I first met him, and he gave me a bunch of those socialist what was that shirt? It was it was a play on Bernie's campaign, and it was like but he gave me a bunch of merchandise with that. That was when they were promoting. That was when I first ever met him. I was like 2016. Or if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's TPUSA, they've obviously started to be kind of one of the premier kind of alternatives on campus. And yeah, man, I don't on one side I'm like, yeah, I don't see how they think that they're going to benefit from this by pretending that these types of folks don't exist. But also on the other hand, I'm looking at people that celebrate this shit, and they think it's good. So
How's the murder of a human being good? A human being that will
because they
engage
didn't
you with
like him.
words.
Yeah, because they didn't like him. He thought too differently than they did.
Maybe if this person's words scare you so much, maybe you should question why. Is it because it's making too much sense?
Yeah.
And therefore you need to shut it down? Is it because it's exposing your own ignorance? What exactly? Why are you so fearful of a man talking? It is evil. There is no other way to describe it. It is just evil.
And like I said, it's a difficult again, ideology. This is ideological. I do think that it's all connected, and it shows. Like it's what modern authoritarian leftism has basically created this environment. Okay. So I believe that those are connected, though they're not the same exact instance when you have the stabbing as well as what's happened with Charlie Kirk. But it will be the same types of folks that will justify it in some capacity or celebrate it in some capacity. But yeah, it's cultural rot, and is the white pill of this all would be that people hopefully, and this is cope. I'm just going to be completely honest with you, straight cope, that tend to agree with leftists that like to think of themselves as somewhat more rational, can look at this and understand that this ideology is death. It wants mass suffering. It wants people fearful of their neighbors. It wants people looking, dependent upon any governmental move. And it's not an ideology worthy of praise. These are fucked up people.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else to say other than that. They're fucked up. They're fucked up people, man. They are bad, man. And I'm glad that Az brought this up. If you took any leftist commentator and something like this happened to him, you would not see anybody on our side celebrating or trying to justify it. We'd say that's fucked up, that's wrong, and that person that did it is a piece of shit. But you don't get that feeling on the other side, or when the roles are reversed there. But I hope like hell there is some sort of way that the man pulls through. But the video looks bad. These are evil people. I don't know what other way to put it. I know we often, and not to get so religious on this, but you know, yes, I do believe that there are mentally sick fucks, but not in the way that you think. I just think that, and it's some reality that I had to learn at a very young age, that there are a lot of people out there that are just evil.
Mm.
They're just evil. They're just demons, if you will, but they are evil. Call them whatever you want, but they are bad people wanting to do bad to others. And I don't think it's as simple as, well, upbringing and all that other shit. I think that there's just some people that are pieces of shit, and they shouldn't be living among us like this, because they don't know how to act. They don't know how to settle issues. Discourse is something that they find to be not a solution or a way to find a solution. They want physical conflict and confrontation.
Sorry, I gotta fucking say this, dude. Remember recently when that fucking piece of human shit Destiny, that fucking weirdo, fucking sex creep, fucking whatever, the degenerate piece of fucking shit, called for the genocide of the right?
Yeah. Yeah, remember the first shooting when the guy
well, guess
died.
What? Here's the first fucking shot, you know?
Yeah, he
was,
when
you start to fucking make that guy was just what, about a year or so ago deemed to be like the sensible voice of the fucking left,
right?
Or something along those fucking lines.
Yeah,
and then he just calls for the fucking genocide of the. Maybe we should have a genocide of the right. People.
Again, hard.
Dumb fucking
hard. They're very difficult to They're going to be very difficult to combat, because I mean, you see some. I'm seeing it. I'm looking at some of it now. Like, there are folks that are legitimately celebrating this.
Of course.
And
never let a good tragedy go to waste, Derek.
That sucks, man. It really does.
When you've got MSNBC trying to paint the picture that this was a celebratory gunshot. I don't know about you, Eric, but I don't tend to do celebratory gunshots.
Yeah, shooting at someone.
Shooting right down. They tend to be things that are done in the fucking, not that you would do that in the middle of a fucking debate.
Not that you would do that anyway. It's something that people that know their way around guns. There's no such thing as warning shots and all that shit. Like, you don't do that
enough.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate them and I do fucking despise them, I would never, ever, in any capacity, call for their demise. Or praise their demise. Even that fucking cockhole Destiny, I would not call for it, never condone it, never fucking praise it.
Yep.
So when you want to fucking play we're on the right side of fucking history, I'll take a really good look in that fucking mirror first. Because you're not even on the right side of fucking sanity.
Well, we're gonna keep. I'm gonna keep eye on this, but guys, it does not look good, man. It really doesn't. It 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 really doesn't. Um, fuck, man. Prayers up. Prayers up. I like to try to segue though. It's really difficult to do that because this is a developing story. Try to segue into something a little more light. Not sure how much Az knows about what's going on with Hollow Knight.
I,
Um, but it appears that they may have caved in to demands to make the game easier.
ah,
So, reading this real quick, Hollow Knight Silksong's first few days have been filled with nothing but praise for the highly anticipated indie sequel. Well, almost nothing but praise. This comes from Games Radar, the gamer, right? They say some of you have been struggling with Silksong's difficulty. There's good news incoming if you are one of those, as the first patch will make Silksong a little bit easier. Team Cherry has shared details here about the patch, noting that the update will focus on bug fixes with a few balance adjustments in the early game sprinkled in, and it's aiming to roll out the update around a week from now. There are quite a few nerfs noted in the patch, including one that will make two particularly tricky early Silksong bosses easier to take down. Those bosses are Morwing, the flying boss that looks like a giant moth, and Sister Splinter, a plant boss that uses its vines to take you down. If either of those bosses has had you feeling like you're banging your head against a brick wall or making you feel like Silksong might not be the game for you, maybe come back next week. So apparently, as with the first one, I remember watching some chick talk about Hollow Knight, and she was like, why is she struggling on so and so? She literally said, what if she just wants to experience the story? We know journals. We often make fun of journals. And they, I think it's because of more financial thing, because a lot of their benefit is from the click. And so they need to get the review out. And it's hard to get a review out if you're struggling or actually having to play the game. Typically, though, we've seen with these types of games that are a little more, let's say, thought provoking. You got to use your mind to get around this shit. Guys like From Software, for you guys, Dark Souls guys, they have basically in a roundabout way told people to figure it out. We've given you the tools to do your thing. We're not changing the game. But I'm not a fan. Glenn Beck posted what? Someone said in the chat that my man's Glenn said something about. Hold on, I'm posting on. I'm looking at it now. Oh yeah, Glenn just posted and he says praying for healing and a miracle. He says getting word that Charlie has been stabilized. He said he prays that it's true. If it is, that is a second miracle. Let's hope so.
Yeah, I've seen people looking for that, but I haven't seen anything that definitively.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. That's
so
just what he's posting, what he's hearing. So again, take that for whatever way you made. It's not a fact. fuck. Like I said, that's developing. But yeah, how do you feel about journals getting their own mode?
I think it should all just go fuck themselves in the ass and apply for jobs at maybe sweeping streets.
JC Penney,
which I actually think is a way too noble job for them.
Yeah,
but
I was just about to say that.
I think they should do more posts about Palestine. I think they should talk less about Hollow Knight and talk more about Palestine and the Israeli conflict. That's what I think they should do. I think, but there again, are they doing it or are we just talking to AI?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question, actually. But yeah, journals. Look, I'm not. I mean, you could take this for whatever way that you may, man. I don't know, man. Just never been a fan of look, you guys work hard. You try to deliver the game. It doesn't always land, but you try to deliver the best game possible, and you have the experience in mind that you want to give the game player. And that experience, even if it's a little more difficult than some, it's not one of those old little cozy games where I get to sit back. You have to be tapped in, paying attention, nose to the monitor. Awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a great experience. But we have moved in the direction of this. The culture is more like, hey, everybody must be able to do everything. Participation stuff, right? It's like losing. I know we talked about this on the show before, but back in the Gap, you had piles of games that you never beat.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You used to get limited lives.
Yeah.
You got excited if you found a 1-up. And the amount of times that you'd buy a video game, you never get to the end.
Yeah.
And you weren't there going, fuck, I demand that this be an easier. Yeah, just turn the words back on themselves. Maybe this isn't for you.
Maybe
this wasn't made for you. Some window licker game journalist.
Oh man. Fuck. That doesn't spell well though. If they are going to be catering to these guys, I don't think any game developer should do that. I think you're setting yourself up for failure listening to these weirdos, and let the game be the game. Let the game be a game. The amount of celebrations I'm seeing right now, be it on TikTok and all this other shit, is fucking lunacy, bro.
It's Eric. The only thing I can say is people just showing you who they are. It just says everything about them. It doesn't say anything about Charlie Kirk or anything like. It just says everything about who they are as people. Just keep exposing, keep showing the world who you are. Because I've been saying for years now, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Yeah.
When somebody tells you who they are, believe them. And that. And the thing is, though, how much of this is performative? Performative to get acceptance, performative to get attention, a performative to get clicks.
I think it's a little bit of both.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think there's a concoction in there.
Yeah, for sure.
The temptation of the instant dopamine hit.
Yeah.
From likes, retweets, validation. We're living it, dude. I think I said it last week as well, but the world that I grew up in and the world now are the chalk and cheese. Maybe the more you know, maybe it's the more you know how things are really fucking ticking. But we're living in complete and utterly different times. I wish all social media would just fucking went away tomorrow. I really do. Just get the weirdos to go back into their fucking little chat rooms and fester there.
So I'm seeing a second person saying that they are hearing that there was some sort of like he was at least alive when he got to the hospital. It's again, not necessarily a confirmed report. I'm not seeing that. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. No, it's just kind of silent. We're both looking at this story.
Yeah, I'm just
Develop
watching. Sorry, I'm just seeing a bunch of insane people celebrating it.
Yeah,
but they're putting
yeah,
themselves
I
on
see that too.
video. They're putting themselves
Yeah, no,
on
they're
video.
dancing on video and
Yeah.
shit. I'm seeing it too.
Singing and dancing on video and hey, dude, I hope your TikTok clicks were worth your soul.
Fuck, dude.
I hope, honestly, honest to God, I hope your TikTok fucking clicks and that little dopamine. I hope that was worth your fucking soul. Because that's all it cost. That's all it cost. It just cost your fucking soul. That's all.
Damn. That's rough.
And it is rough because this is the reaction of fucking normal people, Eric. Disgusted, shocked. That's the response of a normal human being, regardless of who it would be in a political sphere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, man. Like I said, it's unfortunate. Like I said, it's like it's over politics, considering the setting and everything. That it had much to do with the politics. And it sucks that that's how evil that and fucked up that people are, to where their whole idea is like, well, they don't like what someone says and where they're at politically, and therefore they must be eliminated. It's like I couldn't. And Kirk is one of the more mild like commentators. Like, again, to your point, he just really goes into, he says a lot, debates.
Yeah, he debates on gender. He debates on border control. He debates on talking points.
Right.
Points which will engage people in conversation.
And it's nothing for anybody to disagree. Like, it's like, what is the big shit? Like you disagree with, and that's the thing.
Feel free to disagree. Feel free.
And he invites that, right? I fucking disagreed with fucking Kirk on a political position. Like, it doesn't mean that he deserves to be offed. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, an attempt on his life because you disagree with a political position that he had, or a social political position, or whatever.
Let's just go back to that Destiny thing. Where Destiny called for the genocide of the right.
Yeah.
Whatever the right consists of nowadays. Like you said, it's fucking anything left, anything right of Marxism, anything right of fucking communism, anything right of fucking socialism is now, because we all know the same thing. It's all the same thing.
That's
different name, same
different
thing,
name, same shit.
One might take quicker than another, but it all gets to the same place. All gets to the same fucking place, right?
Yep.
So whatever he deems it, he called for genocide on that. Just imagine if you call for a genocide of the left, right? Do you know how quickly you'd be banned?
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat.
But it's allowed to fester on fucking Twitch. You got fucking Hassan Piker. He's a fucking terror sympathizer, self-confessed propagandist. And what's he? The owner of Twitch bums the shit out of him while being a massive sleazy fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
It is celebrated. It's fucking celebrated. How many times has he got banned, inverted commas, and then been back 24 hours later? It's the perception of punishment, but there isn't any. Jesus, man. Rules for thee, mate. Rules for thee.
Oh, man. man. Fuck. Well, let me get some of these super chats because man, this is a lot to process live.
Yeah, it's raw and it's. But
Yeah.
even as raw and angry as you are, you never call. You know you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just hope it doesn't go the way that you think it's going to go.
Right.
Because there's going to be a lot of people out there, a lot of very, very angry people, justifiably so, angry people, and they'll want retribution, and they'll want an eye for an eye.
That's what I was saying. Like the fallout from
and
this,
it'll escalate.
Yeah. The fallout from this, I'm hoping doesn't become something crazy, man. All right, Josh Kelsey with a 20. No message as usual. Appreciate that as always. Much love to you. Felonious Deer with a 27 months still gives me goosebumps. I guess you're referring to the Glorious Death song. Hell yeah. Black Kane with a 5. Nick told who was told Lady G that in the UK 1,200 police officers were arrested for cats.
Yeah.
You're talking to Nooner. Got you.
No,
okay.
no. This is on real BBC yesterday.
Okay,
this isn't an in-gag. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Chris B with a 10 says the left is so evil that they aren't even genuine in their pro-black, anti-white racism, as proven by their silence over the Dakara Thompson's murder by an illegal. They only worship the narrative. Well, that's why I think, and I made this point in my video, while I'm not knocking anybody for looking at the demographics and acting accordingly, I'm maybe even telling you that you should. It shouldn't. You also need to understand there's another component to that, and you're dealing with something that is beyond simply just race. This is an ideological problem. And yeah, that's what you're combating. So it'll show itself. The reason why I bring that up because it's important people to understand what they're identifying or attempting to identify. And so when you see it play out in other ways, right? To your point, like that subject matter in that of itself is impacting people that are not only white but also black. So you got to understand that you're dealing with ideology. No, the racial component is there. You got to understand the other. East Coast Toast Boy with a 2 says, bro, Charlie Kirk did a shot at UT. I just we just covered that, obviously. Marxism. Garfield's Bizarre Venture with a 10 says Marxism is designed to destroy nations. Russian and Chinese cultures were destroyed by these nut jobs. Parents were arrested by children, branded as traitors. They are indoctrinating students. Well, that's always been the danger of the university, the more Prussian system anyway. But yeah, I mean, that's literally what it is and always has been. It's never not been that. East Coast Toasty Boy with a 2 says, we just read that. That's the one we just read. We have Grove Noir with a 5 says only difference between socialism and communism is the speed of having a gun pointed at your face. Well, I mean, there's a reason why, historically speaking, up until the more recent century, it was used interchangeably by the philosophers or the advocates of it. It was only relatively recently, where they became more of separate concepts, but they had historically been used. Socialism and communism were used to mean essentially the same exact thing. 500 Club, Jeremy the Cyborg with a 5. So MSNBC is reporting it was a supporter shooting their gun and seller. Yeah, we just talked about that.
The Associated Press is saying that he's in critical condition in hospital.
Okay, so
that's what the Associated Press
he is
reporting.
That is a miracle because, like I said, if you have seen that, if you saw the video, which I'm not saying that you should go out.
I just saw the distance one. I can't watch the close up one.
It's tough to watch. but it looks bad. So if he's even that, that's a blessing.
He's young, he's strong. I'm hoping he can fight.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
We have the 500 Club with a 5 says they just won't stop their evil reporting.
No, MSNBC are just
ass.
I can't, as a Brit, I can never begin to understand American media, how American media is allowed to
just say crazy shit like
report,
that.
Yeah, to report the way that they report. It's always been insane as a Brit looking over. And now our media is starting to fucking go in that direction. It has been for a few years now. But yeah, I remember the day where we would just kind of get objective news here. Or at least the perception of objective news. You wouldn't think it had an agenda one way or another.
Right.
And then you'd look over the way, oh dear God.
So like
just who in their right fucking mind would even say that?
Yeah. Remember when CNN reported loud pops and Trump falls down as they headlined during the first assassination?
Oh yeah.
We do remember that. That was they did not want to concede that point at all. Frank the Tank with a 10 gifted. Wow, I missed that. 10 gifted subs. Let's go. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. James Watkins with a 5 says, by the way, welcome to all the new members. I want to say things are crazy. This shit with Kirk, Charlotte, the feds taking over American cities, and none of my 2A people calling it out. It's wild. Yeah, man, it is a weird time. I will say that we are living in a very odd time right now. And yeah, it's almost,
we're definitely coming to a tipping point moment.
Yeah, and I think everybody's getting that feeling.
We got a big march in the UK, 3 days time, 13th.
Yeah.
Everything's coming to a tipping point. People are really beginning to have enough of this shit.
HTK bass player, 65 months of prayers for Charlie. Hill versus Babyface just became a member for 22 months. Thank you, Ass. Appreciate that. Luke with a 10, making a comic 12 issues as a pre-order in my store. Black and white, 24 pages, written and drawn by me. Would it be best to schedule bi-monthly, quarterly, or twice a year? For each issue? Or depends on how that release is. But look, especially if you're doing it in an issue format and versus the graphic novel format, customers, if they are interested in it, they're gonna want some sort of I don't want to say speed. It's more in a reasonable time frame, I guess, for those issues to be put out. So I wouldn't draw them out that long, especially if they're going to be that short, like on 200 pages. What that is, does it need to be? Does it absolutely have to be monthly for an independent project? No.
If you're doing 12 issues and you're doing it twice a year, that's 6 years.
Yeah,
you're never going to retain an audience for that long.
Exactly. So
if you're going to do a 12 issues, then I would thoroughly suggest, Luke, that you have, first of all, I wouldn't even suggest doing 12 issues to start with. I think that is a complete overreach. If you want to do a graphic novel, put it all together in one, fine. But going for 12, I would say is not a prudent move in the slightest. You got to, first of all, be tried and tested. Because if you commit to 12 and you put one out, people don't gravitate towards it, and you've locked yourself into that, then you get yourself in a terrible position because A, you got to make the decision whether you carry on, or B, if you drop out of that, then that's going to say volumes as well to people and you'll be done. So, Luke, I would suggest with logic and sanity that you either make a graphic novel of these 12 issues or you do a singular issue of something that could potentially lead into more and see where you go.
There you go. Kwaku, 21 months. Thank you so much. Javi Nobody, the hate monger with a 2,
Yeah,
says,
yeah. I feel
uh,
that.
Kirk is getting help. Felt like I swallowed a black. Look, it sucks, right? I want to be clear there. It sucks. That's not anything that is fun to see, and looking at it play out the way that it has is just not fun. But don't black pill, whatever you do. Like, don't look at it like, oh well, there's no hope.
No, it's raw. It's raw, and it's shocking, and it's disgusting, and it's gonna hit your heart. You know, of course it's gonna hit people with a fucking morality an actual. So of course it's gonna hit you. You know, people like that the hardest at first. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And we have Super Mastermind with a 10 ass moved to Colonial Williamsburg, open a toy museum next to the other museums. It's British for 300 years, unchanged. Royal Palace is still there, or move to Singapore to be cheap as possible.
I could do either.
There you go.
Right now, I'm up for it. We'll see we'll see what happens on the 13th of September.
We have Gavin Freenon with a 5 says it really feels like someone is trying their best to stir up a race war, as if that's their last card to play. Well, there are those that want it for sure. I
don't think it'll gravitate to a race war. If it's going to gravitate towards anything, it's going to gravitate towards a left versus right.
Yeah, like more ideological, political.
There's too many sensible voices who are on the right. And again, I put it in inverted commas because
classic liberal is
I guarantee
right wing these days.
Yeah, most of these right wingers are either classic liberals or centrist. You know,
yeah.
I would say that. But I think that would be the more realistic thing. But right now, cool. Well, it's difficult. It's difficult to say because you want to say cooler heads prevail, but obviously this is not this is a very hot issue right now, and a lot of people are understandably and rightly upset and mad because it is disgusting. It's just a disgrace.
Wow. All right, so
Nick Sotor is saying that Kirk is reportedly stabilizing, but in critical condition.
Okay.
And he says TP USA sources have told him that. So I don't know. We just don't know. It's certainly looking like he's in critical condition right now, regardless. Yeah.
Wow.
You think of again? You think of, like I said, I brought up, cuck fucking knobhead Destiny's sex fucking pest weirdo, potential Fredo, genocide of the right comments. We know about Hassan Piker, fucking insanity. Those are extremists. They're not normal. They're absolutely extremist fucking weirdos. Charlie Kirk wasn't in any. I say isn't because he's still alive at the moment. He wasn't in any shape, way, or form an extremist. Couldn't even be hinted at being an extremist. He had points of view. He had political opinions, and he had opinions on policy, ideology, and like I said, border control. So, but there was nothing radical or extremist about him.
Yeah.
A guy guy who would turn up and talk. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and that's not in a disrespectful way. This is a guy that could turn up and want to talk. Let's debate. Let's talk. You come at me and I'll respond.
Yeah, it was the type of ways, again, it's like there can be confrontation and it can be peaceful.
There can be peaceful confrontation. It's called debate.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called debate.
Exactly. So it shouldn't. The fact that people found that as a threat.
You don't have to agree with what he said.
Yeah.
Like I said, you've disagreed.
I've disagreed. I've had my disagreements with Kirk in the past, and I've met the fucking guy several times.
Plenty of people I like.
He knows that shit. Like,
that I disagree with on certain points.
Yeah.
Because whatever, I don't agree with what my fucking mum tells me half the time.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, it's like but your mind is it like, oh well, now this person needs to be eliminated. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't fucking think like that. But fortunately, there are those that do, which is fucking nuts, man. These people are crazy. Okay, Az, what you got for the rest of the week, homie?
Tomorrow I'm going to be on Drinkers Open Bar. That
Nice.
starts at 9 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Central. Friday night tights. Farah Dark will be the guest this week. Something tells me that this might potentially control a lot of that conversation. Who knows? Maybe we'll just try and keep it light as we try to do. Other than that, my decals did arrive from a Transformer, so I've started to put them on. Blitzwing now has his Decepticon decal on there. So I'm going to be able to get around to doing the second part of Menasor, putting Menasor together. So that will happen. And then Sunday, afternoon tea with Az. And there's no Sunday fun day because the guys and girls are in Chicago. But I will do a gaming stream. I will do a gaming stream starting at 6 p.m. UK time and going until I want it to go. So there you go.
Well, for me, I'll be streaming tomorrow at 1 p.m. with Dan on this channel. We'll be talking everything Norfolk. We'll be doing some reactions to the reactions, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And then we're going to close this thing out Friday at 11 p.m. I'll probably stream on Friday as well. Just don't know what time. I got some stuff probably be doing over at the Blaze, so we'll get that situated. Other than that, go pre-order everything. Tomorrow also, we are going to be launching the definitive Yaira. So you'll be able to get that collection. That'll be popping off then. And we're also going to have, we got a bunch of stuff. We got, the definitive Isom is live. We got the Horseman #2. We got Rubazine #5. You got the McFarlane Toys action figure. We have all sorts of stuff over on Represent side of things as well, such as Waiting for an Erotic. So go grab that, and we appreciate everybody for the continued support. As far as the show is concerned, we'll be back next week, same time, over on the Az's channel as Heel versus Babyface. Go follow that if you have not already, and we will see you then. Other than that, thank you so much. I know it was a crazy, crazy show because, something crazy happened right as we started.
Oh, Saints and Sinners is shipping soon.
Yes,
if you got the newsletter, the newsletter came out today. The email came out today. Saints and Sinners shipping soon. Make sure that you got your addresses correct because it is shipping soon. I believe in the next couple of 3 weeks.
Yep. Yeah. So make sure to confirm those addresses. Let the team know if anything has changed. Pay attention to those emails. They're very important. You don't want your stuff to be at some random location that you don't live at anymore. So thank you so much for the support, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We will be back next week on as a channel. Heel versus Babyface. See ya. Peace out.
Bye.